Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk with Hana. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your morning commute, on your lunch break, or just relaxing at home, we're so glad you joined us.
Hey, great to have you all here. And honestly, I'm extra excited about today's episode because this topic is something every single one of us deals with every single day.
That's so true. I was actually thinking about this topic last night. I was trying to explain to a friend how I was feeling, and I just couldn't find the right words in English. I kept saying, I don't know how to say it. And I thought, I bet so many of our learners feel exactly the same way.
And that's exactly why we're doing this today. Today on Talk with Hana, we are talking about how to talk about your feelings in English. We're going to teach you real, natural expressions that native speakers actually use, not just I'm happy or I'm sad.
By the end of this episode, you're going to be able to describe your emotions clearly and naturally. You'll have words for the complicated feelings too, not just the basic ones. And you'll sound so much more fluent when you do it.
We want to hear from you too. Tell us in the comments, what's one emotion you find really hard to express in English? We'd love to know. Drop it below right now.
And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to Talk with Hana so you never miss an episode. We upload new English lessons every week, and we don't want you to miss a single one.
All right, let's get into it. We're starting with the basics, but don't worry, we're going to make this really interesting.
Okay, so let's start with the foundation. When we talk about feelings in English, most learners know the basics. Happy, sad, angry, tired, and those words are totally fine, but they're a little flat, a little boring. Native speakers usually use more specific, more colorful words.
Exactly. Think about it this way. If someone asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm happy, that's okay. But if you say, I'm thrilled or I'm over the moon, that tells the other person so much more. It paints a picture.
So let's look at some upgrades. Instead of happy, you can say excited, thrilled, delighted, content, or relieved. Each one means something slightly different. For example, relieved is that feeling when something stressful is finally over, like when you finish a big exam and you walk out and you just feel, ah.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. That's pure relief right there. And instead of sad, you can say disappointed, heartbroken, down, blue, or upset. So blue is interesting. It's very casual and informal, like, I've been feeling a little blue lately. It sounds really natural.
Can you try to use that in a sentence? Let's say you had a bad week. How would you describe it using one of those words?
I'd probably say, I've been feeling pretty down this week. Nothing major, just a bit off. See how that sounds more real, more like something a person would actually say?
It really does. Now, for our listeners, here's a little practice moment for you. Pause the video right now and think, how are you feeling today? Not good or fine. Use a real feeling word. Say it out loud.
We really do mean out loud. Saying it helps you remember it. Even if you're on the bus, just whisper it. No one will judge you, I promise.
Now let's talk about negative forms too, because this is where a lot of learners get confused. In English, we often soften our feelings with little words like a bit, a little, kind of, or pretty. So instead of saying, I'm devastated, which is very strong, you might say, I'm a bit upset, or I'm kind of disappointed.
That's so important because in real life, we don't always feel things at 100%. Sometimes it's just a small feeling, and using those softeners makes you sound way more natural.
Here's a quick formula to remember. How much plus feeling word. So you can say, I'm a little nervous, I'm pretty excited, I'm really overwhelmed, or I'm not that stressed. Easy, right?
And here's a question for our viewers. Can you write a sentence in the comments using that formula? Tell us exactly how you're feeling right now using I'm plus a little, pretty, really plus feeling word. We read every comment and we'd love to see yours.
Now, let's also mention one thing that confuses a lot of learners. In English, we say, I feel nervous or I'm nervous. Both are correct, but we don't say, I am feel nervous. No article needed between am and feel. Just remember, I feel or I'm. Pick one.
That's such a common mistake and totally understandable, but now that you know it, you won't make it again. Okay, so to quickly summarize this section, we learned that basic feeling words like happy and sad can be upgraded to more specific natural words. We learned softeners like a bit and pretty. And we learned the simple formula, I'm plus how much plus feeling word.
Okay, now we're going to go a little deeper because real life isn't always simple feelings. Sometimes you feel two things at once. Sometimes you don't even have a word for what you're feeling. And in English, there's actually expressions for that.
Oh, this is my favorite part because this is where English gets really interesting and really human. Let's start with one expression, mixed feelings. This is when you feel two opposite emotions at the same time.
For example, you get a job offer in a new city, amazing opportunity, but you have to move away from your family. You'd probably say, I have mixed feelings about it. I'm excited, but also a little scared.
Or another example, your friend is leaving to travel the world. You're happy for them, but you're gonna miss them so much. Mixed feelings. See how useful that phrase is?
Let's look at some more complex feeling expressions. Here are some really useful ones. First, I'm overwhelmed. This means you have too much happening at once, too many tasks, too many emotions. It can be negative, but sometimes it's positive. Like, I'm so overwhelmed with love right now. That's a good thing.
Second, I'm on edge. This means you feel tense, nervous, like something bad might happen, like before a big presentation or a difficult conversation. I've been on edge all morning.
Third, I feel drained. This is that exhausted feeling, not just physically tired, but emotionally tired. Like after a really long, hard day where you've used up all your emotional energy. I feel completely drained.
And a personal favorite of mine, I feel at peace. This is that calm, quiet, happy feeling when everything just feels right. Not excited, not jumping for joy, just peaceful. It's beautiful.
Now, let's practice. Let me describe a situation, and you, our listener, you decide which expression fits best. Ready? And say your answer out loud before we give it to you. Here's a situation. You just finished a really stressful month at work. You handed in your last project, it's Friday evening, you're sitting on your sofa with a cup of tea, and everything is quiet.
I feel at peace. Absolutely, that's the one.
Perfect. Now let's look at formal versus informal. In formal situations like work or talking to someone you don't know well, you'd say things like, I'm feeling a bit under pressure lately, or I'm finding this quite challenging. Very polite, controlled.
But with friends and family, you'd be more open. I'm totally stressed out. I'm freaking out a little. I'm so burnt out right now. More casual, more energetic.
So the feeling is the same, stressed, but the way you say it changes depending on who you're talking to. That's such an important skill.
Here's a challenge for you. Write 2 sentences in the comments, one formal and one informal describing the same feeling. Like, I'm feeling somewhat anxious about the presentation and I'm honestly kind of terrified. 2 ways, same emotion.
We love seeing your examples. It helps you practice and it helps other learners too. So please do share. Okay, let's recap this section. We learned the expression mixed feelings for when emotions are complicated. We learned key phrases, overwhelmed, on edge, drained, and at peace. And we looked at how to shift your language depending on whether you're being formal or informal. Really, really useful stuff. Okay, confession time. When I was learning English, I made so many mistakes when talking about feelings, and I'm not embarrassed about it anymore because mistakes are how we learn. So let's go through the most common ones so you can avoid them.
And trust me, these are mistakes even advanced learners make, so don't feel bad if you recognize yourself here.
Mistake number 1, and this is a big one, saying I am boring when you mean I am bored. These are completely different. I am bored means you have nothing to do. You need something interesting. I am boring means you are a boring person, not interesting to other people. Big difference.
So don't say this movie is so bored. Say this movie is so boring and I'm bored watching it. Got it? Write in the comments, I am bored or I am boring. Which one do you feel right now?
Mistake number 2, using feel incorrectly with nouns. Some learners say, I feel a nervous or I feel the sadness. In English, we say, I feel nervous, no article before the feeling adjective. Or I feel sadness, no article before feeling nouns either. Just I feel plus feeling word. clean and simple.
Mistake number 3, translating emotions directly from your language. Every language has feelings that don't translate perfectly into English, so sometimes learners say something that sounds strange because they translated it word for word. The fix? Learn feeling expressions as whole phrases, not word by word. That's why we teach full sentences here, not just vocabulary lists.
And mistake number 4, not using the body. In English, we often describe feelings through physical sensations. My heart sank means I felt suddenly very sad. I had butterflies in my stomach means I was nervous. I was on cloud 9 means I was extremely happy. These expressions sound really natural and native.
A funny example of getting it wrong, I once told someone my stomach has butterflies instead of I have butterflies in my stomach. They looked at me very confused. The idiom only works one way.
Mistakes are part of the journey. The fact that you're here, learning and practicing, that already puts you ahead. Keep going. Keep practicing. Every mistake is just a step toward fluency. Absolutely. And if you've made any of these mistakes before, write it in the comments. We all have. Let's laugh about it together.
You're doing amazing, and the more you practice, the more natural it all becomes. That's just how language works.
Okay, it's practice time. This is my favorite part of every episode. We're going to do choose the right sentence. I'll give you a situation and 2 options. You pick the one that sounds more natural. Ready? And say your answer out loud before we give it to you.
Situation 1. Your friend just got some really big, amazing news. Do you say A, you must feel so happy, or B, you must be thrilled?
The answer is B. You must be thrilled. It's more specific, more energetic, more natural. Happy works, but thrilled gives it so much more color.
Situation 2. You're at work and a colleague asks how you're doing. You've been stressed. Do you say A, I'm totally freaking out, everything is a mess, or B, I've been feeling a bit under pressure lately, to be honest?
B is the better choice for a work setting. Option A is way too casual and might make your colleague uncomfortable. Save that one for your best friend.
Situation 3. You've just come home after the most exhausting day of your life. Your family asks how you are. A, I feel drained. B, I feel completely drained.
B. Drained is the adjective, and you need the full adjective form here. Drain alone doesn't work in that sentence.
Situation 4. Someone shares some sad news with you. A, oh, okay. B, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you doing okay?
Definitely B. Even if you're not sure what to say, showing that you care, even briefly, means everything.
Now here's a challenge. Take any situation from your real life today, something that actually happened, and write a sentence in the comments describing how it made you feel. Use words from today's episode. That's real practice.
And don't aim for perfect. Aim for real. Aim for brave. The more you try, the better you get. That's not just English, that's life.
Fluency comes from conversation, not from perfection. Use the language, make it yours.
Wow, we covered so much today, and I'm honestly so proud of all of you for sticking with us to the end. You've worked hard this episode, and your English is better for it. I genuinely believe that.
Let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. First, we learned upgraded feeling vocabulary, moving beyond happy and sad to words like thrilled, relieved, drained, and content. Second, we explored complex emotions, phrases like mixed feelings, on edge, and at peace that let you express the real, complicated stuff. And third, we practiced actually talking about feelings in conversation, how to open up, how to respond, and even how to politely change the subject.
That's a lot, and all of it is stuff you can use today. The next time someone asks how you're doing, don't just say fine. Take a breath, think of today's episode, and say something real.
Here's a question we want to leave you with, and please write your answer in the comments. What's one feeling you've never been able to express well in English before today? Has anything from this episode given you the words you were missing?
We love reading your answers. This community is so warm and so wonderful, and you make every episode worth making. If today's lesson helped you, please give it a like, share it with a friend who's learning English, and leave us a comment below. Every single one of those things helps us reach more learners around the world.
And if you haven't subscribed to Talk with Hana yet, What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join our family. We have so many more amazing episodes coming your way.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care of yourselves, keep practicing, and remember, your feelings matter, and now you have the words for them. See you next time.